cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the show.
hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Are you ready? That's good. I'm Bob Tallman, Boyd Polhamus, Andy Seiler. This is the second, it's the second event of 3 in a row in the bracketed system. Made a comment a minute ago that you get a mulligan tonight. If you had a no time or you got bucked off last night, you get a chance to have a good night tonight. Then tomorrow, you better shine if you don't shine tonight.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a guy that started off, he didn't need a mulligan. He started off with a win, but look, folks, this guy is not if he's a Hall of Famer, it's when he's a Hall of Famer. This is Tough Cooper. He's a 4-time world champion, a 16-time NFR qualifier. By the way, that's in a row, and $3.7 million in career earnings. He started last night in Super Series 5 with this, a blazing 8.5. Flawless. Everything about this run worked. His horse, his hands, and now you'll see why he is revered as one of the greatest tie-down ropers of all time.
Well, I don't want to get too personal, but I've been pinched 17 times for not wearing green.
I didn't mention it.
Well, there's a guy last night that I can promise you is pinching himself. That's Clay Jorgensen. He rode a horse called Born Fearless for 86.5 points, starting off with $3,000 for a guy that's looking to make his first national finals rodeo. Starting here, winning a round, and adding $3,000 to your pocket makes it so much easier to move on, guys.
You're pitching him again. This lady does not need to be pitched. She wears a beautiful green. Let's go to the 4th member of our broadcast team, Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. That's right. I've got enough green on for all of us, so we're safe there. But I'm also set up right here behind the buck and shoots. But across the arena is the star stage where Charlie Crockett will be performing in just a couple of hours. But when it comes to the rodeo, I want to talk about breaking records. Let's flash back to last year. Macy Young in the breakaway roping. She comes out and smokes a 2.2-second record-breaking run that still holds to this day. You got to take a look at it right here. What an amazing run that was, and a cherished memory for Macy when she went on to win the Super Series. Now, last night, you guys mentioned mulligans. That's exactly what happened for Macy. She got a no time. But the best thing about this format is there's still potential to move on out of this Super Series. Heck, she could still move on and win that guitar and do it all over again. So all eyes on Macy Young. That record is still hers.
Good stuff, Janie. Thank you for bringing it. Let's get things started. It's time to play the game of rodeo, and tie-down roping is the first event in that game. Brought to you by Boot Barn. I talked about him in the open. That's Tough Cooper. Well, he's the son of an 8-time world champion. Him and his brothers have all competed together at the national final, so it does run in the family. But this title has eluded him, and I'd like to see him finally take that guitar and that saddle home. Cooper, Dylan Hancock, the young gun, Shad Mayfield, world champion tie-down roper and all-around as well. We start with Zane Kilgus. Hey, look out, Pennsylvania's on the move. Good job, Zane. The Keystone State wraps one up at 9-7. That's a half-second quicker than he was last night. And he finished in the top 4 last night with a 10-2. So, we set the bar with a 9-7. Mr. Seiler, Mr. Tallman.
Well, Zane is a young up-and-comer, but you're right, Boyd. You talked about Tough Cooper, and the legend of this young man just continues to grow because he's still got a lot of road and real estate in front of him. I mean, it wouldn't shock me to say, Bob, he might cross the $5 million mark one day.
We talked about that earlier today, and you said maybe 4. I'm going to agree with you tonight, maybe 5. And it's winnings, folks. These are not gifts that this young man has accomplished in the last 20 years. His grandpa did it, his dad did it, the all-time great Super Looper Roy Cooper. It's all about tough. Oh, one swing. He's going for a go-round.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Well, not many people are wearing their straw hats yet, but it's about time. Tough looks good in his, but oh, that's so close. That's just a matter of inches. Didn't give the calf the required head start. It's all right, brother. We're going to rope another one tomorrow, okay? It'll get better tomorrow.
We'll stick with Texas and take you to Canyon, way out west. Quade Hyatt, the all-around cowboy, finished second to Cooper last night with an 8-8. He's just outside the top 30. Go back a season ago. Took the title at the Las Vegas Days Rodeo right before the NFR. Also won the New Mexico State Fair and Rodeo held in Albuquerque. And then a rodeo I've always wanted to go to, Bobby T, in St. Paul, Oregon.
Oh, my God. It's the epitome of 4th of July rodeos.
Bobby T did it for years.
Little bitty town. Oh, are they in love with their rodeo and they put on a good one? Come on, Quade. You got to do this. His go. Oh, shucks. Heck darn son of a gun. Broke the barrier, misstringed the calf. Give him 2 mulligans tomorrow.
Well, isn't this interesting, Boyd? The top 2 finishers from last night both have a barrier here in round 2.
And that opens the door for guys who might have went a little longer than you thought they would. So crazy to me that the next guy you're about to watch finished just outside the top 4 last night. So that means he won about $500. You don't come to Houston to win 500. You come to Houston to win 65,000. And on the last day, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, name the 4 ropers that'll make the Final 4 on Sunday, this man's name would be in that list every day and twice on Sunday. This is Shad Money Mayfield, a 24-year-old superstar, just won Fort Worth for the 2nd year in a row. He's the reigning all-around champion of the world. He's the #1 ranked tie-down roper in the world. Mayfield, Clovis, New Mexico. What? So now it's catch as catch can. He can do that. There is no average, but at 12-1, believe it or not, that's second at the halfway mark.
Who wrote the script? That's what I want to know tonight, Andy. Who wrote the script?
There isn't one.
Tell me.
We'd be professional wrestling if we had a script. Oh, well, I did not see that coming with Shad, believe it or not. Let's go to Blaine.
The Blaine Cox came from down in, well, north of Houston. Lives in Stephenville now. Hill College graduate. This guy, Boyd and Andy have seen him in Gillette, Wyoming 3 times as a college national finals qualifier. Casper, Wyoming, pardon me. Twice he's been to the big show in Las Vegas, the Wrangler NFR, and all we need is a smooth run, nothing fancy. Take it to the top and he'll do it. I watched the barrier. He had to get out of there.
He did, but watch this horse cover the ground. I mean, this horse got him into position really quick. I don't know if it was because the calf wasn't running quite as hard as the others or that horse just outperformed the others. Maybe a combination of both, but that's a nice job by Blaine Cox. And the lead goes to him with an 8-7.
I think it buttresses Bob's point. I think he held back off that barrier line, knowing he had a good calf. Excuse my English. All right, Cole Clemens. It's Okeechobee, Florida native who has now moved to Texas. Was 19-3 last night. Just flush that one out of your memory bank. Cab takes a step to the right, and he reaches out to try and catch up with his rope. No time for Mr. Clemens. No time.
So I like to point out that of the 10 go-rounds in Las Vegas, 6 of them were won by guys from San Angelo. This is one of those guys, Dylan Hancock. We asked him, who's your inspiration and why?
Trevor Brazil, he's in and out of the arena. He's the top-notch cowboy and always level-headed, and he's the man.
Absolutely a man of faith as well, as is Dylan. 25 world championships for Trevor, believe it or not. That's just insane. Okay, Dylan, 8-9, finished third last night. Oh, no. So he's got $1,000 won, but he's going to have to come packing heat tomorrow. Ouch.
So that was two youngsters in their early 20s. Just made a bobble here in round 2 between Hancock and Clements. But Bob, this guy right here will not let up. Haven Medjed of Miles City, Montana. 2019 world champion who was 20-4 last night. 8-7 will not make him sweat a bead at all. Hard running calf takes a step to the right. Medjed goes down the line. Watch the groundwork and the hands on the world champ. Nice job. 9-6 will slide him into number 2. That'll get him his first paycheck.
If I'd have been brave, I'd have said 9 or 9.5 will do it. This man and the horses he rides, you'll meet his wife a little later in the breakaway roping. They are horsepower poor. Everything they ride works. But he did it right. He waited, he took advantage of it, and he was a bullet going down the rope, Boyd. Here they come again.
Oh, yeah. There's 6 eyes. 2 on the cowboy, 2 on the horse, 2 on the calf. They all got to be looking the same way at the same time. Pig and string in your mouth. The great one, Shad Mayfield, dismounts. Has to take the back legs off before you go on with the tie. 2 wraps, a half inch and a hooey. Hands in the air, and there is a chance that got away. And there is a chance to get back in. So this is how they look tonight. Cox wins the round. Midget finishes second. Kilgus in the money again in Mayfield. But here's the money.
That's the one that matters. Tough Cooper is at the top. He will more than likely advance from our 5th Super Series, followed by Cox, Hyatt, and Medjed. Thank you to our friends at Boot Barn. They brought you the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Hey, everybody get ready. We got bucking horse riding coming in the bareback riding.
Hey, folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. See, responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our hard-working arena crew. They're all over the place. They're down in the dirt. They're on the chutes. They do everything to make sure that this rodeo goes off without a hitch behind the scenes.
Well, if you're having a hitch, I got a way to fix it. Captions are available on your mobile device at Rodeo Houston. That's rodeohouston.com/captions. We're going to make it easy for you. Just point your camera to the QR code on the center of the screens right now, and it'll take you directly to the Caption Mobile.
Hey, look at the video screens. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Can is bringing out the Wild West in you. You're looking good, really good. The Carnival Cruise Line oh yeah, St. Paddy's Day, and we got on the green.
It is a gorgeous sunset outside of NRG Stadium for the 14th performance, Super Series number 5, round 2. As the bucket chutes are loaded and the bareback riders are ready. We have to give our gratitude to Chevron, our partner in the bareback riding. Speaking of partners, this matchup for Clay Jorgensen on night 1 of this Super Series with Born Fearless was a good one. 86.5 points on that beautiful bay from the Calgary Stampede. Got him $3,000. Roper and Landingham followed it up. Let's see what happens in round 2, boys.
Well, we're going to start with a rematch, and it was a good one. This guy had this horse in Denver back in January, scored 87 points at the National Western. This is Garrett Shadbolt, Merriman, Nebraska. This is a horse called the Salient from the Servey Brothers and Servey Championship Rodeo team. Here we go. Horse gets in the air. Has some drop. Garrett does his job. Feet, toes turned out. There's a lot to like. That looked just like his ride in Denver in the Mile High City. Beautifully done. Trying to build off of 75 from last night. He needs a big number today, and he got it. 85 points, and Shadbolt sets the bar.
Now, Boyd mentioned about the Servey Championship Rodeos, Servey Brothers as well. Horses, we've got them tonight for everybody. You're going to watch an old NFR bucking horse called Control Freak under a young Control Freak, Cade Berry, Weatherford, Texas. $8,000 won at San Antonio, past champion of the Texas Circuit. Watch the kid, yeah. Oh, reaching like his big brother does. Spur, spur, spur. It's half the horse and half the man as far as the judges go, Andy.
And when you watch this horse, you can almost pattern it each and every time they open the gate. This horse has nearly the same trip each and every time they let him out. 79.5. That is 4 points better than his effort from round number 1. So we're on the right track for the man that was wearing the green beads.
Let's go to the Great Lakes Circuit champion, Briar Dittmer from Van Meter, Iowa. This is a horse that they usually use in the saddle bronc riding. Brody Cress and Shorty Garrett were 85 in the bronc riding at San Antonio. Shea Fournier was 83 here. Burial ground of the Servey Company. Nice flaxen mane horse, but he's got some juke and some jive. No fun. So when you watch this horse buck, y'all, watch how many times he changes his direction on the front end. He's ducked to the right, now he's coming back to the left. Now he's gonna duck back to the right. Then he's gonna duck back to the left. It's just tough to stay in rhythm with an animal that is throwing that much at you. 72 is all we're gonna get for Briar.
From the Hawkeye State, we take you to a man that gets his mail sent to Stevensville, Montana, but he grew up in the Woodlands, Texas. That's right, Richmond champion. Grew up just north of here. Since then, has won nearly $3 million. Won $1 million in just one day in Arlington a decade ago. 9-time NFR qualifier. He was 84 in round 1. $750 to the good this year. Crazy Legs. That is the Servey horse. Staying close to the bucket chutes. Keep going, Richmond. I swear, sometimes, Bob, If your first stroke is strong enough, a horse will finish the ride with you.
Oh, yeah. Horse will give you a shot the first 2 jumps to get your feet in motion. After the mark-out rule, then we go on with it, 81 points. Andy making a point about his $1 million win. It was nearly a decade ago. A lot of guys will go win that half or $1 million, and then they go away. Richmond champion is still running at him.
And he's placing, too, because he finished in the top 4 yesterday with an 84. He's sitting second right now with an 81, so you got to like that. Let's go to R.C. Landingham. First time he ever came to Houston, he was a bull rider. He got hurt really bad. He's bounced back from those days, though. Switched to the bareback riding, and he's a keeper. Finished third last night with an 84.5. Landingham has a horse called White Walker. Not much to know about this horse from what we've looked around on the World Wide Web to try to find out about. So me and RC and Bob and Andy are all going to find out at the same time what White Walker does.
Well, I hope this horse got a lot of height, jump, and kick to him, because you watch these yellow shacks. They are going to be flying. This big man stand over 6 foot, long inseam, and when he releases his feet, the contact will be there. Blue Mountain Community College folks in Pendleton, here's your cowboy. Yeah, see? Look at that. Oh, set him, get the money.
Bob pointed it out. He is a long, lanky cowboy. I think 6 foot might be cutting him short. He's closer to 6'3". So he needs the right type of horse that allows him to really extend his legs all the way to the bottom. The stouter the horse, it seems like the better he rides. And White Walker proves to be a good opponent. 81 points. We're tied for second.
So let's go to last night's go-around winner, Clay Jorgensen, and ask him, what do you compare bareback riding to?
It's pretty hard to compare it to anything, but I think they're pretty close when they compare it to cage fighting or MMA. You know, it's pretty physically demanding.
It is physically demanding, but he's got the demand and can finish. Dead So Long of the Calgary Stampede. Usually use that horse under a bronc saddle. That's why you got the bronc halter on the horse. He's used to being bucked under his saddle. Clay, who was 86.5 last night. Nice ride on the horse. The horse traveled a little bit, though. Didn't matter. 86 points again. And Jorgensen, the number 12 man in the world coming into Houston, is climbing the ladder very swiftly.
Good comment, Boyd, that you made. The horse has been bucked into bronc riding most of the time. I do believe that a horse goes, woohoo, this is feeling good, freed up. Let's go to Mason Clements. Everybody get back, Loretta. His baby girl Charlie be watching on TV, maybe here. Cole Ryder was 80.5 on this horse, Super Series #1. Here's a guy that's been to the big show 4 times. Trying to get that horse's head up. I just watched him win $8,000 at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo in Dickey's Arena. Cowtown.
He needs to stand up.
So Janie has Richie champion. What's going through your head when a horse is doing this?
Yeah, it can be definitely difficult, Boyd, but Richie, with your horse, kind of had a wild move out of the chute. How did you manage that timing?
Yeah, they don't call that one crazy legs for nothing. Kind of was expecting that, and really I didn't expect so much direction change through the ride, but all in all, I'm happy with it.
Last one to go.
Here's the Mason. You don't need your hat, buddy. You just need a bucket to collect the money. He was 81.5 points last night. There isn't anything that guy hasn't won at $1,100,000. Oh, reach deep as you can, judges. How did you like it? Show me 80 big time plus and more. Oh, come on. No, 79. I'm not happy with that.
Oaktaha, Oklahoma's Jaco Roper. 2023 NFR qualifier, number 8 in the world. who just won the Fiesta de los Vaqueros in Tucson and Arcadia, Florida in the last 2 weeks.
This thing's wide open right now. Jaco could close the door. Right now, the only guy advancing for sure is Clay Jorgensen. If Jaco could finish second or better, that means be more than 84 points or 84 and a half. He could close the door. There will only be 2 spots available tomorrow. Freshman 15 of the Survey Company, turning back away from his hand, riding right-handed on a horse that turns back, riding left-handed on a horse that turns back to the right. Very difficult to do.
Well, your timing's not set when your power shoulder, which he says his left, see him reach with that right leg a little deeper, knowing the horse is going to come around. Took advantage of it, but they're only going to mark him 78 and a half tonight. I don't think he's happy.
Well, the legend of Clay Jorgensen is being built as we speak. If you don't think this is physically demanding, look at all the athletic tape they have to use just to keep their body in one piece. The $1 Million Man, R.C. Landingham. A man who rematched with Assailant. And then a little look of disgust. Glory to the big guy. Don't tell me the green beads don't work. And Jorgensen realizes he is having a Super Series to dream of. He'll have a chance to sweep tomorrow. Jorgensen, Shadbolt, champion of Landingham, but there's the board.
$6 grand for Jorgensen at the top. Jaco, Garrett, and RC behind him. In our 5th Super Series, Boot Barn, our sponsor and the Bareback Ride.
Coming up next, it will be team roping.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Oh, look at here. Leon is up there signing autographs. Beautiful people with a beautiful man. You need to go by and meet him. Oh, that is a guy. This is the fan zone, section 103 and 124. Want to say thank you to Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
So we would love to have you inside NRG Stadium for every one of our rodeo performances, but we know that's probably not possible. But especially as we head to the finals, the wild card, there are some places you could catch us. Space City Home Network, also the Cowboy Channel, also Telemundo, and our Rodeo Houston website is another place we stream it. Let's go upstairs to the boys from Telemundo. Enrique, Luis, hola.
Hola, saludos amigos, feliz día de San Patricio. Les invitamos que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para seguir toda la acción de Rodeo Houston Luis en español.
Así es, nos acercamos a las semifinales con el cierre de la Super Serie número 5 y con la energía de ayer en el día de Gota Tejano, la energía de Rodeo Houston sube de intensidad y toda la emoción puede escuchar en Telemundo Texas.
Check out that view. NRG Stadium with the Ferris wheel. That's taken from the east side as you look west into the city of Houston. We look inside NRG for the team ropers. 2 by 2, one to the head, one to the heels. Header ropes 2 horns, heater ropes 2 feet, and corral. Handcrafted boots brought it to you. Last night, Derek Begay and Coulter Todd. How many great things have these kids won together? They're not kids anymore. Derek's from the Navajo Nation. Coulter's a devout cowboy of faith. And there you look at $6,000, $4,000, $2,000, and then 3 teams at the bottom with zip, zero, nada. We got to change that.
And the first 2 teams you will watch tonight were part of the Goose Egg. Bry Kreitz and Tyler Worley want to bounce back. Welch, Oklahoma to the horns, Berryville, Arkansas to the heels. 4 trips to the National Finals Rodeo between the 2. Bry on the right of your screen, that's the header. Looking to rope 2 horns. Tyler Worley try to rope 2 feet on the back end. Obviously fastest time wins.
The luck of the draw. People watching, people in-house, watch the steer. The barrier line is up in front of the header. The heeler's got a free roll out of there. But it seems like it's a mixed bag last night in the team roping. Ooh.
If it seems like it's taking them a long time to nod, it's because the steer must not be looking forward. Okay.
Wow.
Sizzle on both ends. Nope. So after no time last night, the Oklahoma and Arkansas dynamic duo come back with a 5-9 plus 5 for only roping one hind heel. He had to throw that rope with some speed. So 10-9's the time.
A family tradition up in Ellensburg, Washington for the Minor family. Here are the brothers. The younger brother is the header, that's Riley. The older brother is Brady. And together, they've won over $4 million in career earnings in 24 trips to the National Finals Rodeo. Just last year, they went across the border to the north, split the win in Strathmore, Alberta, took the Silver State Stampede in Elko, Nevada. They've won almost every major rodeo except this one. Now we got them going in the right direction. 5-9 and our first clean run of the evening.
Well, those guys, like a lot of other Northerners, live their winters in Arizona. You can go to 3 team ropings a day in that Phoenix area. Pedro Ergola. Florence, Arizona, Big Justin Davis from out of Cottonwood, California. There's Pedro in the purple shirt, blue. They don't know it's St. Patrick's Day, I guess. Wow. Whoa, Pedro, what a reach. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 5.3 to the lead. It's official. Now, I don't know what I said a minute ago. I might be wrong about the cattle, but boy, they're roping them tonight like they're supposed to.
Yes, sir, they are. But here's the more important thing. They finished second last night with a 6-3. They just knocked a second off of that time down to 5-3. If that holds and wins this round, they'll have $10,000 won in 2 nights. Jake Smith, Broken Bow, Oklahoma, Douglas Ridge, Herrick, Illinois. Oops. Yeah, I was saying oops, because you could tell that head loop was not going to fit around, and after a 10-8 last night, this team will come back tomorrow and have no choice but to throw some Hail Marys.
Here's a team I would never bet against, ever. Caleb Driggers and Junior Nogueira, 2-time world champion header, 3-time world champion healer. Junior, his 3rd gold buckle coming back in 2016 when he won the all-around world title. Number 17 and number 16, respectively.
I could make you bet against them.
I don't think so. 5.4 million, a long reach, just like that. But will slip an outside leg, 10-6. 10-6 for the man from Hoboken, Georgia, and the healer from Brazil.
Yeah, if I would have said, though, they're going to rope a calf or a steer in under 4 seconds, you would have bet against them.
Still wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Let's go to Red and Jeremy, shall we? Richard and Bueller. Ren from Roosevelt, Utah. Tie-down roper, team roper. He's on the right of your screen. Been to the national finals 6 times. Jeremy, Beer the Beard Bueller. That cowboy is the first Canadian to win a world championship back in 2016. Finished 3rd last night with a 6-6. They'd have to be faster than 10-6 to get back to 3rd place money. There you go. Perfect. That's going to put them right where they want to be. After winning 1,000 last night, they're looking at winning 2 more 1,000 tonight. So, looking good, guys.
All right, boys, do what you do best. Just rope and be perfect. All you need to do is place. Derek Begay, Colton Todd. A moment ago when Boyd talked about him, you talk about 2 guys of faith. The Navajo Nation Be proud of the man in the dark blue shirt. He has represented his people well, as his entire family has for decades. That guy on the big screen, that's a cowboy, Andy.
Yes, he is. And I would venture to say there's nobody cooler than Derek Begay. I mean, there's pictures of him riding buffalo, picking up broncs. He can do it all. Coulter, of course, raising the next generation of ranching family in Wilcox, Arizona. He waits for the head loop to go on. That is smart, gentlemen. 7 and 6 will put them number 4, and that was smart to wait on that head loop.
Yeah, he had to wait, not pull his slack, so that he could end up with a half-head catch. 6 flat last night, 7-6 today, and that's projecting them right now to be in second place in Money One at 7,500 with one team left to go. And this team also had a no time last night. Junior D's, originally from South Dakota. You're looking at a 2-time NFR qualifier on the right of your screen. That is J.C. Flack of Millsap, Texas. 26-year-old cowboy on the heel catching side. 27-year-old cowboy that you're looking at right there in Junior D. Set your horse. Watch the left hand of the cowboy. See how he pulls that horse back? Doesn't let him lead right away. Uh-oh. And another no time, and you can see Junior pull his hat off and stick it back on his head. He's not happy with himself.
We're in Super Series number 5, but 2 are down. They still all get a run tomorrow night. There's the way you want to head them. There's the way you want to handle them. And that's the way you want to heal them. Let the smoke burn. Good job, boys. Team roping, the richest event in the world, and Pedro Aragola and Justin Davis, they're there at $6,000. But Andy, here's the big and important money.
It's Pedro and Justin at the top with 10 grand. Begay and Todd, Richard and Bueller wanting to win this rodeo again. And who's going to help them all get there? Our friends, Corral Handcrafted Boots.
Coming up next, get ready for a little saddle bronc riding.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
What a great vantage point. These seats right here, right behind the bucket chute, some of the best in the house, brought to you by Chenier. They are known as the chute seats, and that's why you see so many people smiling. They know that they've got one of the best seats in the house, and we're glad you're here with us.
Well, they're sitting actually right above this camera shot. It's of our arena crew. We have talented men and women working the gates, the chutes, making sure all of that equipment is right every night. Sponsored by Cavender's Boot City.
It's a great-looking audience, isn't it? Kids got some new hats. They must have gone shopping with my family.
We start them young, making cowboys out of them in Texas. And this weekend is your last chance to see our world-famous drone show. Every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. So if you didn't get to catch them the first 2 weekends of the rodeo, get out here this Saturday and Sunday. 8 o'clock will light up the skies. Compliments of ExxonMobil.
When we look to the saddle bronc riding, it was exciting last night. Once again, it's all brought to you by Energy Transfer. Now, the higher they jump and the better they buck. You're going to watch Rider Wright. Here is a millionaire of the Wright family. He's already $3,000. What can we do tonight, guys?
Sterling Crawley of Hyco, Texas is where it all starts. a Sam Houston State University standout. 7 different trips to the national finals. Come along. The national finals bucking horse from the Calgary Stampede. And I don't like seeing that, Boyd.
I don't either. He looked hurt last night. And after he hit the ground last night, I was like, okay, I don't know if he's 100%. And now he's going to lose those swells again. That's what happened to him last night. And I think he's just battling his saddle a little bit right now. One fine human being, I can tell you that. You won't get him any better than him. Let's go to a rematch. About a month and a half ago, Wyatt Casper was with Bobby T in Fort Worth on this horse called Enough Cherry. Scored 87 points. Bob, you watched it firsthand.
Well, Leighton Green comes right behind him with an 87 in San Antonio. Kate Bruno, 84 back in December in Vegas. Wyatt Casper now number 11. Ended up 3rd in the world last year. This is an everyday working cowboy in the Panhandle, Miami. It's not Miami, that's in Florida. It's Miami in the Panhandle of Texas. A couple of years ago in the big fires, we sent some hay to this young man and his cows.
Looks like Stetson Wright trying to help him. They want this horse to stand up because, as we've explained the mark out before, first jump out of the chutes, he wants to be able to use those feet to keep him above the horse's shoulders, right? So if your feet are trapped inside the bucket chutes, it's hard to get him in position once the gate opens.
Well, if you open the gate when the horse is in this position, it's sometimes he'll flip over backwards. Good move, Wyatt. Step off, let the horse get up.
Say, I think it was Casey Harp's call down front. He was shoot bossing, and he decided we're going to roll forward so that we can roll this horse and free him up. So we're going to roll forward to the guy that won the round last night, but has never won Rodeo Houston.
So we asked him, what would it mean to win this rodeo, Ryder, right?
Oh, it'd mean a lot. This is a super prestigious rodeo to win, and I've been coming here for like 9 years, and so it'd be awesome to get this one under my belt.
He's got a rematch tonight with a horse he had a year and a half ago at the Caldwell Night Rodeo called Bourbon. It's a national finals bucking horse, and the last time he had him, he was 88 and a half. Now, if he were to post a score like that on this horse, it would be very, very difficult for the remainder of the field to try and catch him here in the second go-round.
9 years ago, he won the title, earned the title, as Resistol Rookie of the Year. The Wright family are, Boyd calls them a dynasty. They are such a wonderful 3-generation deep family from the great state of Utah.
Yeah, he's 27. Is that too young to call somebody a legend?
No.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let the legend spur in his toes. Look at his toes turned east and west on a southbound horse.
I know that they put on clinics, but if you wanted a video tutorial of how to ride saddle broncs, this is it. I mean, this horse goes right down the pin. Rider turns those toes out, beats the horse to the ground, 83 and a half as his world champion brother gets a ride on the gate, cheering him on.
All right, we're going back to Wyatt Casper. Where do you live, folks? Are you proud of where you are? They had a dust storm in the Panhandle 3 days ago. You couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. It will be one of the coldest places in the world in the winter with a half-inch of snow and a 40-mile-an-hour wind. Wyatt Casper's who you watching. Enough Cherry. The rematch on the Calgary Stampede bucking horse. What do you think, Boyd?
Well, I just, that's Enough Cherry, and it's Wyatt Casper. So lots of action on the front end from this horse, too. A lot of head bobbing. And I didn't see an 87, and the judges didn't either. 77 and a half for Wyatt in round 2 of Super Series number 5. Let's go to a young kid from Faith, South Dakota. And yesterday, Bob, you were talking about people from Faith, South Dakota, and I always think of Red Lemel, who came out of that country. Rode broncs real well. Finals several times. Straightened. Ready to go. He's a rising star. Woo! He missed his horse out last night. So that means no money, and he had to come a-charging, and he did. 21 years old, 1,500 miles from home, riding a Canadian bucking horse on Bayou City dirt, and 81 and a half. See him towing those toes out? Ooh, that's good.
I want to make a point, Bob.
Please.
So we had bourbon just a minute ago, and now we have sipping on fire. What do you think some of these stock contractors are doing when they're naming horses?
I don't do not light that stuff on fire.
What is your insinuation?
130 proof?
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying maybe it happens late at night when they're drinking.
If you don't know what insinuation means, you probably shouldn't answer.
I've seen it. I've seen it on fire. I've seen it try to fly an airplane on it.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Jake Finlay of Goondiwindi, Queensland, Australia. Sipping on fire from the Servey family. They were 84 on this horse in Omaha, and the red-headed Aussie needs it. After a no score one night ago, he will come back on the Chestnut, the horse from Colorado. The man coming to us from the land down under. We are chasing 83 and a half. He will be 80 and a half. That will put him third.
Well, he was a little more than that when he won the Pendleton Roundup. What a rodeo.
I don't want to build on Andy's point, okay? But here you go. Seriously, you had bourbon, then you had sipping on fire. The next one's name is Champagne.
There is somebody doing too much drinking at night. They don't name horses in the daytime. Cole Elcher is Champagne, and he has a Champagne wife, 2 beautiful daughters.
Just trying to get her.
4-time NFR qualifier. This guy's been to the Badlands Circuit in Minot, North Dakota in October about 10 times. That's where I made his wife now get a ring for $10,000 one night in the grandstand.
This horse is no slouch either. I mean, he bucked off millionaire Rusty Wright in Denver, so you have to make sure you're ready to ride.
Rusty actually lost his stirrup on this horse in Denver. And to your point, it's pretty tough to get Rusty dirty. Cole's a bull rider. I've seen him be 90 points in the bull riding. You ever see the movie Floating Horses? He was the stunt man for the cowboy that played Casey Tibbs in that movie. Yeah, he rode bucking horses blindfolded in the movie Floating Horses.
No, thank you.
No. Come on, Dad. He was in the autograph section last night with his little girls. You get a chance to meet him a little bit later. Right now, he's real busy. Oh, that horse finally slowed down. And it wasn't a turn to the left. It was kind of just a little sachet.
He was drifting. I like sachet better than drifting, Bob. Your point is so much better. This black horse is sashaying to the right. 76. 76 is what they will mark Cole Elshier. Here's another world champion. This one from Bridger, Montana. 38-year-old Jesse Cruz on an NFR gelding from the Calgary Stampede named Annual News. Depending on the trip, who knows what you get. I mean, Damian Brennan was 85, but this horse bucked off world champion Stetson Wright, also in San Antonio. See what the script says for Jesse. When you're creeping up on 40 and you can still ride like that, that is an impressive thing for the cowboy from the Big Sky Country.
Yeah, he just won the Montana Circuit Championship for the umpteenth time. 80 and a half, the split second yesterday, 78 tonight for Jesse Cruz.
Bob, you're not allowed to comment on this next horse's name.
Oh, yeah, because Leon Fountain says, I don't care what you name him, he's going to spur him.
Oh, okay.
This is a mare, and they call her Erotic Tango. The lady can dance. Leon Fountain is a 3-time turquoise circuit champion. Buck and ball on New Year's Eve. Go ahead, Andy. It's a rematch. He knows what she's going to do. Let her dance and watch him right with the step for step.
He was 87 on this horse last July in Ponoka, Alberta, Canada. So,
this 8-year-old mare, Zeke Thurston, was also 86.5 in the NFR. And that would be the type of number that Leon needs. 76 last night was not enough to get a big check. Long, lanky mare, Leon from Corona, New Mexico. He's opening up. Oh, boys, there was a little bit of daylight underneath his seat at the end of this ride. He was giving his all till the end of the whistle.
He tried to lead to the right. She went to the left, and when that happens, it'll separate you. Look at this. Lift, reach. That 87.5 at Ponoka. Let's see how close he can get to that tonight. This is a much bigger pen than Ponoka, Alberta, and a great rodeo that is. All right, judges, click them. We're all electronic, by the way, with our judges. Everything's electronic here.
Oh, I'm flesh and bone.
74.5. You really are?
I think so. Oh, Leon, let's take a look at the highlights of the classic event. That is awesome. Our cameras catch all the good stuff. There's Ryder Wright lifting on that rein. There's Stetson Wright telling him how to do it. Turn your toes out, buckaroos. The money's in the main. Sterling, don't go there again. Oh. Wyatt says, give me another one. Sterling says, I don't know if I've got one more left in me. Wright is on his way to a sweep. 2 points better than Martin, Finlay, and Cruz.
But there is the money. Ryder Wright trying to get all he can out of Super Series 5. Followed by Jesse and Traylon. Energy Transfer. They partnered up with us in the Bronc Ride.
Don't put your popcorn down. We're going to steer wrestling in just a moment.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly. You can see it up there. Answer it correctly, and that will put you into a chance to win season tickets for the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Oh my goodness, look at here. There's Junior Nogata. Hello, brother. Colt, good to see you. Everybody's up there with a big smile tonight. That's section 103 and 124. That's the fan zone. Go by and meet our guys. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, thank you. They've also got the beautiful Houston saddles up there. Here's Leon. It's a cowboy cam.
It's brought to you by Carnival Cruise Line. It's bringing out the Wild West in you. Oh, look at that mustache. That is a gunfighter stash. And maybe a little bit of crazy eyes. Oh, look at here. We got horns on you. Having a great time. You guys are looking good in the audience, courtesy of our friends at Carnival Cruise Line and our cowboy cam.
I like the sight of the luck of the Irish and the luck of Howdy dancing on your brim. Welcome back to Rodeo Houston, and boy, we are an event. There's the carnival outside, and it is full on a Monday night. But so is the lineup in this next contest. Big boys in the steer wrestling, and they are big enough to eat hay. Mattress Firm brings you the competition. Last night, what big guy won it? The 6'6" guy. That's right, that's how tall Chance Howard is. And he threw the fastest steer of the game in night number 1. So the big Oklahoma cowboy just across. He lives in Sallisaw. That's like 10 minutes from his home state of Arkansas.
All right, first guy to ride in, the Oregonian. 6'2", 210. He just won $20,000 in Fort Worth, Texas at the Stock Show and Rodeo. This is Jesse Brown from a ranching community that is absolutely beautiful. Whoa, 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 white horse. He comes from Baker City, Oregon.
So there's a discussion that's going on down there, and the discussion is between the judge and the contestant. The contestant is saying, I didn't call for that steer, and the judge is having a word with him about whether or not they saw what they needed. Now, if this happens, we do draw an extra steer if the judge decides to allow Jesse to run a second one. He will. Okay, the ruling is he will get a second steer. That steer is randomly drawn, just like all the other steers. It just means instead of Jesse going first, he's going to have to go. Or did they load the extra right now? They might have loaded it. No, they didn't. Nope. We're going to Scott Gunther.
Four-time Canadian champ. Was 20-7 in round one of our final Super Series. Before we start our semifinal competition tomorrow night, Scott backs in the corner knowing he needs more funds if he wants to continue to have fun with us. Good start, good steer, comes right into his office. 4.9 was the time that won round one. So that is the kind of run that Gunther needed to bounce back. Great position with that left horn down. When he goes to the nose, everything finishes up nicely. 4-9 for Scotty.
Got a little something on his shirt, though.
Well, it's green for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, there you go. I know some guys wear their belt and other guys don't. I wonder how they make that decision.
The guys that might have had a horn run up under their belt at one time or another going, that was not fun, I think I'll take my belt off. Safety.
Gotcha. No time last night for this Texan from Hallsville. Justin Schaffer won our Super Shootout back in 19. Come on, let's get some money. There you go, Justin! Just right. Hey, folks, Texas just took the lead, all 6'2" of him. 4.7. That's how you bounce back after a no time last night.
Oklahoma got to catch up now, Andy.
You're right, Bob.
On Okies.
And I would love to see this man at 33 years of age qualify to his first national finals. Chance Howard, originally from Arkansas, as our gentleman pointed out, living in Oklahoma. He won $8,000 in San Antonio. He's a farrier by trade, but he's currently number 5 in the world. He won last night with a 4-9, slides a steer to completion at 6-1. 6-1. That puts him third after 3 steers that we've ran.
All right, now we're going to get away from the 6'2", 6'3", 230, 240 for a moment. 5'10", 180. I'd call that average, all right? The next man makes a living and has for a long time in some big, big movies as a stuntman. When you talk about being an athlete, stay in shape, Tucker Allen is just exactly that. Comes from Ventura, the middle of Los Angeles. Won the rodeo last year at Poway, at Pecos. Won half the rodeo. He split it at Reno, Nevada in 2 weeks in June. There's Mike Todd, our rodeo official.
Well, I believe you've got 4 guys in this Super Series riding the same horse. So that gray horse that belongs to Justin Schaefer is one that they're teaming up.
I just love the fact that our pusher, our cattle pusher, wears overalls.
Well, those aren't his church overalls.
No, they're not. They're not his Sunday go-to-meeting overalls at all. All right, Tucker Allen, watch this kid win San Angelo, Texas. Seen him win the Dodge City Roundup. Tucker won $92,000 at his first NFR in December of 2024. As Bob told you, he makes most of his money as a stuntman in Hollywood.
Jumping off tall buildings and fighting fire, handed. Yep.
Okay. Tucker, 5'10", 180 is whooping up on all the big boys. By 1/10 of a second, Ventura, California moves to the number 1 spot.
Byhalia, Mississippi brings us Will Loomis, and we had a chance to ask him, what's going to put you over the top this year in Houston?
You know, just drawing the right steers. You know, this is a cowboy event for us because we have to run them so far. Horsepower has never been my issue, so maybe we can just, you know, draw better.
See, that makes a great point. You don't get to show up to the rodeo first and go, I got dibs on the yellow one. It doesn't work that way. The steers are randomly drawn. Oh, let's hope we got a good one here. Little rocket kick at the end. 6-3 after having rough luck last night.
I don't like the way he got out of there. It was kind of jerky. Start, pull, go. Hard on a horse. That big horse carrying 250 pounds. That's a heck of a horse. All right, Jacob. Here's another big one. 6 foot 230. Jacob Talley from Keachai, Louisiana. Here's a big deal, folks. He's at $981,000 in his career. Houston could put him way over the top with all of that. No time last night. Here's the mulligan. Let's ride in. Now you're seeing him bring that horse back again. What do you pay a guy, Andy? What do you think standard if you ride his horse and you win?
Typically, it's 25%. So as Boyd pointed out a few nights ago, you win $10,000. You pay the guy that owns the horse $2,500.
And usually that's if he's the hazer as well. Now, you've got a different hazer and you're riding a different horse, 12.5% for the horse. Usually the 25 is if you're both the hazer and providing the horse. Yeah. Let's ride hard. Let's bulldog. Yeah, Big Jacob. The Raging Cajun throws one down in 4.8. Puts him in the number 3 spot.
It is crowded now. 4-6, 4-7, 4-8, 4-9. It's like playing blackjack and drawing from a deck of cards.
Andy, a lot of people don't realize this. You can buy a good team of bulldogging horses today for $500,000. If you get them for $300,000, they're going to be standard and average.
Well, the other thing, too, that I think is important, and these top steer wrestlers each and every year, it's not just getting the team, it's keeping them going. You know, you think about all the runs they make, you have to keep them calm in the box and keep them sound, too.
And then just the mere fact that you've got to be under 5 seconds to place in the top 5 of this rodeo in this round, and it's only the second round. So steer wrestling's been pretty tight here so far. I mean, even the first round was one with a 4-9. 5 flat was second. So it's been pretty hard to win. Coming in right now, folks, is the defending Rodeo Houston champion steer wrestler. He won it for a second time last year. Big man Bobby, 6'2", 220. This is Dakota Eldridge from your home country of Nevada.
Elko, Nevada, Elko County. He would be moderate size against the biggest guys, but he will do it right every time. He is an NFR average winner twice. 4-7, right where he needed to be. 4-9 was the bubble. That now jumps him up to the number 2 spot, boys.
When he goes to the nose, it's kind of like a rattlesnake striking right here. He shapes the steer up and waits for his opportunity, and he can feel when that back end comes around, and then boom, it's over.
So he won second last night. He's splitting second right now. That projects him, if that 4-7 holds, at 3,500. And it looks like right now there will be about 5 guys fighting for 1 spot tomorrow. Right, look at, there it is, 4-6, 2 4-7s, and a 4-8. Now in rides Jesse Brown. He was the guy that we were going to start with, but because his steer escaped without him calling for it, he was awarded the extra. And again, every time our rodeo secretary draws the animals for the athletes, they always draw 1 or 2 extras just in case something like what happened to Jesse did. We'd have another animal ready for him to compete.
Somebody's probably going, what's going through his mind? He had a false start, it didn't work. He had to watch 7 other guys run. He doesn't have book on this steer. because they were looking at the steer that he had drawn. All right. Everybody behind those panels back there would be telling him, I saw so-and-so on this steer. They were 5'9". Somebody was 6 flat. Now, as you ride around the corner to come back in, Baker City, Oregon, get your cameras on the TV for the Cowboy Channel again.
Curious to watch this gray horse because last night that horse was delivering the Cowboys really close to the steer. So we had one or two of them slide over and miss the left horn. Jesse Brown, the quarterback for Washington State University, the champion of Fort Worth, Texas, the #1 ranked steer wrestler in the world. 32 years old. Here we go. Ride hard. Left horn down. Skid, slide, and wrestle.
Woohoo, he had to wrestle, as you said it.
Boy, he went from the end zone, the east end zone, past the 50-yard line, nearly to field goal range on the north side. Still threw him an 8-9.
His dad, Jim Brown, Uncle Rocky, they'd be sliding on the front room floor in Baker tonight. Going, you need to draw better than that, son. 8.9 is how it comes down. Andy, here come your highlights.
You see him backing in the corner. As the horses give chase, the Cowboys slide off the saddle and into the pocket. They bring that left horn down before they go to the nose to throw their steer. When the heels click, like Dakota made them, the stroll back from Tucker Allen, you get times like these. Tucker Allen at the top with a 4 and 6, followed by Justin and Dakota. But here's the board that matters, Bobby G.
Tucker Allen, Hollywood, 37.50, but that's only 250 ahead of Eldridge. Chance Howard right on their tail as well. It is going to be a battle of the men tomorrow night, and it's all brought to you by Mattress Firm. Thank you.
It's the ladies in a horse race. Around 3 barrels. Barrel racing is next.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at The Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
All right, folks, I want you to check the screens for the answer to the trivia question. We, a few minutes ago, gave you the question, Charlie Crockett, who's playing tonight, what was his debut album? Now, up on the big screens, they're going to give you 3 shots. Did you get it right? Because if you do, you could be the winner. That'll be announced on March 23rd. That's coming up on Saturday. I like this Charlie Crockett now.
Beautiful people in the crowd on St. Patrick's Day. I love to see all that lucky green. Welcome back to Rodeo Houston. It is time to start the ladies barrel racing. Our reigning Rodeo Houston champion, Leslie Smalago, was in the Super Series. She got the win last night. I asked her how she's feeling going into round number 2.
Gus is just so honest. He hunts his barrels. I can't ever count him out. He's my go-to guy. And, you know, we won it last year, and he's starting it off right again this year.
Cool name for a horse, Gus. Here we go. Barrel racing, the horse race against the clock for the Cowgirls is sponsored by S&B Engineers and Constructors. As Janie just showed you, Leslie Smalago, last year's Rodeo Houston champion, helped her move on to her very first NFR. She had Sadie Troyer and the French-Canadian Julie Purdy. Jessica Rotier rounded out the top 4.
Well, speaking of Rotier, the mother of 4 beautiful children, ranching family, Buffalo, South Dakota. She ended up in the number 22 spot, but that was last year. She's been to the big show in Vegas 6 different times. Badlands Circuit Champion. I love it when they braid the mane on these horses. Let them run, Mom. Let them run. To the right. That'll be 2 to the left. The closer, the better. The less the ground you cover. Just don't knock them down. You ready to go, Houston? Come on. Kick, 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 kick. 15-13, gentlemen.
It's a little bit quicker than her first round run. That got her 750. We'll have to see where that stacks up tonight. Here's your defending champion, Leslie Smallego. Won this rodeo in 2024. She was 1481. Winning round 1. Little assistance from Taos Muncie, one of our pickup men. Bringing Gus up the alley, sparkling the whole way. Around barrel number 1, Oklahoma Lady. She needs one more turn to do it again. And she stops it at a 14.72. Getting quicker, fellas. That's what she wants. Improvement with every run.
Yeah, so everybody just a hair quicker. Jessica 6/10. Leslie 9/10 quicker. Now, let's see Sadie Troyer. She was a late addition. She replaced Sarah Winkleman, and she comes out and wins second in the first round. Weatherford, Oklahoma, on the move. Tight corners, straight lines, giddy up, cowgirl. We're headed for the house. Ooh, that looked faster than that to me. 15:20 after being 14.96 last night. Didn't want that.
The next lady and the next yellow horse you're going to watch are multi-millionaires and winning. We're going to switch horses tonight. Old sister's getting a break, and here is Haley Kinzel. She was a college champion in 2017, but she has won 4 world titles. Got her out of tonight. No penalties. And a 14.91. We're staying in the mix, guys.
That's good enough for second right now. She tipped a barrel last night, so it's good. To get her into the money, we'd love to have Haley in every round we could get her in.
It was a great start to our barrel race tonight. Leslie Smallego, we called it. She's still number 1. She won last night. She's number 1 after the first 4. Let's take a look at that first barrel, though. Gus loves this arena here at Rodeo Houston, and this is a blind first barrel. You are going full speed. Leslie checks him, and he gets right on his hind end and just tiptoes around this first barrel. She even picks up that inside leg to make sure that that barrel stayed up. That takes a lot of athleticism. But let's take a look at the difference between Leslie Smallego and Haley Kinzel. Haley Kinzel was running Reese. This is a horse that she trained. Leslie Smallego on Gus. She also trained this horse. They're pretty much head-to-head going into that second barrel, but you can see Leslie gained some time at that second barrel, and that's where that 2/10 difference started to happen. Leslie has a lead also going into that third barrel, just wrapped around it a little bit quicker. So when you added up the second and the third, and then a completely different angle running home, that also made the difference for the 2/10. Wow, it's a great barrel race so far, but is Leslie Smallego 14.72 going to hold out? We have 4 more amazing barrel raisers left to go. It's going to be a horse race.
Excellent analysis, Janie. Thank you. Rose Hill, Kansas. It's the hometown of Chelsea Moore. She was 15.55 on her first attempt this year. A little bit longer than she wanted to be. Last month, the champ in Belton, Texas. 2024, she won Tucson. As she gauges her sorrel horse up the center alleyway. Now, picks her spot at barrel 1. Nice turn on her first one. That blind first barrel, they have to pick their spot. She found it. Now she's around the third. Let's go. A vast improvement at 14.95. That is third for Chelsea. Nice work.
0.6 of a second faster. That's beautiful. Nicely done by Chelsea. Now, I want you to look at the saddle on our next barrel racer. No back cinch, no breast collar. No tie down. Julie Plurdy lives in Crum, Texas, but she's a French-Canadian from Quebec, Canada. She clocked a 15:08, finished in the top 3 yesterday. Can the Canadian get a little more money in round number 2? Plurdy. Yes, she can. That just put her into the number 2 spot, 14.79. So Julie Plurdy is looking good.
For Jody Miller. This is her horse Fuego. She runs him to the left as they go into that first barrel. Snaps right around it. Jody's an awesome futurity trainer. Now she's on the rodeo scene, and this horse is loving Houston so far as they wrap that third barrel. Let's help them home. We need to be quick here. We need to be in the 7s. And a 14.94. Big improvement from round number 1 for Jody, and she moves into a top spot. Not quite fast enough to move into the lead, but look at Fuego, this awesome blue roan horse, just really wrapped those barrels quick.
Well, if everybody's got a shot of advancing a little bit, Stephanie Fryer ran a 19.95 last night. That included a barrel down. Just make it clean. You got to be in the 14.7 if you're going to get some money out of it tonight. Stephanie Fryer comes from Waco, Texas. Yeah. Did I say she's from Texas? Wide one running back. Hey, 14.87.
We're going to have a chance for 2 sweeps tomorrow. Ryder Wright and Leslie Smallhugo. That's going to be interesting. The final round of Super Series 5. There's Julie into that first corner of the Canadian Cowgirl. Oh, I love that red roan. And look at the bling. Get your sparkle on if you're Leslie Smallhugo. And if you're Chelsea Moore, fighting a little bit, and then running hard on your way to the house. Smallhugo catches it again. 7/100s better than Plurdy. Fryer and Kinsel pick up checks.
But there is Leslie Smallhugo again at the top, the 6,000. Plurdy, Troyer, and Miller, along with Stephanie Fryer there in the top 4. We say thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors for bringing you our barrel racing.
All right, since you're enjoying the ladies in competition, let's back-to-back events. It's going to be breakaway roping coming up now, and it's brought to you by Oxy.
Maddie Dearman with that 3-3 in go-round number 1 was the mark everybody tried to meet up to, followed by Tiffany, Haley, and Kelsey. Great ropers in this set, Boyd.
Let's start with a world champ, Shelby Beaujolais Midget. Miles City, Montana, currently number 14 in the world, had a no time last night. Now you tell this lady that she's got to rope fast, and she will. Are you kidding me? Okay, you could have won a lot of money from me, and I mean lots, if you'd have said Shelby Beaujolais Midget would have 2 no times to start Super Series 5. I'd be broke.
And we're not just talking carnival money. We're talking about real money.
Yeah, like $7 or $8.
Yes.
That's the deal. Macy Young, Arizona's about to shine.
This is the young lady that holds our arena record at 2.2. 2-time NFR qualifier. Former all-around champion at the College National Finals. But she, too, had a no time in round 1.
And both of her parents were college rodeo coaches. She's originally a native of Washington State, but ends up in Arizona out of love.
Well, they run a family business. Run a big business of roping arenas in downtown. Oh, yeah. Wickenburg, they do it all. Take it with a 2.9. Boys, I'm going to say that's got to be at least the second and third fastest time overall with a 2.2 arena record. That's good, 2.9.
She's got to be happy about it.
We haven't seen many sub 3 second runs that didn't also result in a barrier penalty. Okay, Floresville, Texas. She finished second yesterday with a 3-4, runner-up to the Rookie of the Year in 2022. Tiffany Sheik on a horse called Susie. They were gearing up for this. They went tuned up at George West and Salado before they came to Houston. There you go, girl. And be consistent, and she is. 3-4 in the first one, 3-8 on the second. No broken barriers. Everything looks good for Tiffany.
She just came here from winning my hometown rodeo in Ocala, so keep those good vibes rolling. Danielle Lohman of Gilbert, Arizona was smart, had a hard-running calf last night where she was 4-4. She can throw it as far and as fast as anybody in the breakaway roping, but last night she had to use her better judgment, free her horse up and just make it fit. Last year, she won Fort Worth and San Antonio, making her third trip to the national finals. Another hard-running calf. Danielle cracks it out. 3.8. She is now tied for second with Tiffany.
A lot of the top breakaway ropers in the world are in the Super Series. As a matter of fact, 6 out of the 8 are in the top 20. This is the highest ranked one right here, Joey Williams at number 5.
Well, she ended up 7th in the world last year. The lady won $4,000 at Fort Worth. She broke a barrier last night. She has a master's degree in business administration. With a master's, you shouldn't break the barrier. She is serious.
I don't think the barrier reads your resume.
Smooching to that horse. Now the calf steps too far forward. There, that's the look. She took it. Yeah. Nice. 2.9.
It's the night of ties.
Yeah.
We're tied for first and second.
Second and third.
Tied for third and fourth.
Well, I say it's a night to break some ties. So why don't we break a tie by going back to a Rodeo Houston champion from 2023. This is the number 8 ranked breakaway roper in the world. Her name is Hallie Williams. From Comanche, Texas. Her dad was originally a Floridian. Then he came to Texas, won 8 world championships in a row in the team roping. Got inducted into the Hall of Fame and stayed right here. Had her second NFR qualification in 2024. And 3-7 to finish third last night.
Ease up. Let your horse rest. Stepping back. I see she's packing a knife in her right pocket. Hope she doesn't have to cut anything loose. Good, Hallie.
See how aggressively she swings her rope. Her dad had kind of the same style when it came to the head and side, where Boyd talked about him winning those 8 gold buckles. See how quickly she swings it with that short strided horse? And at 3-3, she moves into third. Just keep collecting those checks, Haley, and we will advance you on.
That breaks the tie for third and fourth anyway. Oh, wow, they loaded this one quick. Maddie Dearman, Hope, New Mexico. Number 4 in the world, so I stand corrected. She's the highest ranked one here. And Maddie with a 4 flat to go with the 3-3 last night. I tell you what, this is going to be a real competitive breakaway roping with 1 round left to go. Look at this. I mean, socialism. We're spreading the wealth everywhere.
Well, remember, they advance on money, and the next lady to go is the reigning champion of the world. And she has won the least amount of money of anybody before this calf. A master's in sports management and a very serious look. What a cowgirl, 3-time NFR qualifier. Yo. Kelsey Domer, I am so sorry. I love to see that lady win.
It's so difficult when a calf comes left for Kelsey, but you see the look of determination from Hallie Williams. The start for cowgirls like Shelby when they come out riding and roping. Tiffany making it fit. Whipping her slack. Watching it break away is Lohman. On one of the toughest nights of breakaway rope, and all clean runs getting checks. And a smile from a past Rodeo Houston champ. 2-9, tied at the top with Macy and Joey. But here's that money board, Bobby T.
The money board, where we're going to take them tomorrow night, $32.50, $500 out of it. Joey Williams, come on. Tiffany, you haven't got much more to catch up. I say thank you to Oxy for the breakaway roping.
Don't go anywhere, holy hoppin' hamburger Batman. It's bull riding in Rodeo Houston.
See those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? Let's say thank you to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our hardworking arena crew.
Here in Houston, the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine Group is crucial. They keep us loosened up, and they're always ahead of an injury before we even have it. So without them, it would be tough to get on as many as we do. You get on 3 of the rankest horses in the world 3 days in a row here, plus semifinals and short round, and without them, it would be tough. So thank you to Houston Methodist.
All right, folks, bucket list things to do on your way to the rodeo or while you're here. Visit the Fan Zone presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance at sections 103 and 124. There, our royalty is up there. Miss Rodeo Texas, Miss Rodeo America, Shelby. Good to see all 3 of you. Take a picture with your favorite Rodeo Houston star. Get an autograph. It's all brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
I see green everywhere I look. They're not going to get pinched. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I don't think we got any green bulls in the bull riding. But
Got some green on the back of them.
That's guacamole. Here we go. Sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim. Now, when you take a look at Jake Gardner, where'd he come from? He showed up to Houston and rode the suit out of this bull last night for $3,000. Young Tristan Hutchins on his way back. Scotty Wells got a check for $1,000.
Did it on a bull called Barf Bag. Now, speaking of some of the best that protect our bull riders, here's our bull fighters. On the left of your screen, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Dusty Tuckness. The man in the middle, NFR bullfighter Nate Justice. And the man on the right, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets.
But the man inside the barrel is a 10-time NFR barrelman from Soper, Oklahoma. Say hello to John Harrison.
It's man versus beast, the toughest 8 seconds on dirt. Who's ready to ride some bulls? Come get the front row seat. Let's do it. Come on.
We're in the front row and shoot number 6. Roscoe Jarborough rematch. Had this bull in Greeley, Colorado a year and a half ago, smoking hot. He didn't last long. He wants to get even starting right now.
All right, now it's away from his hand. Oh, look at here. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. There you go, Boyd. He got his revenge.
It got close. At the very end, his hand pops loose. But he is going to stay to the very end. Watch. Bull drifting to the left. Here's a great shot of his hand popping at the end of it. But it doesn't matter. 85 points for Jarbo.
I know there's a cutting horse family tonight that he rides 2 years old for. The Duff Arena House will be on their feet.
Let's go to Goshen, Utah next. Hayes Waite, the 25-year-old cowboy, 2 times the NFR. A month and a half ago, he was the champion at the Dixie Nationals in Jackson, Mississippi. He marked 87 in San Antonio. but he's got a bull called Vitalix Bandolero. This bull is 7-2. Buck off Brody Urey here in Super Series 1. Bandolero! Ooh. Watch the feet of the cowboy as he limps away. We just talked about Methodist a second ago, but watch his feet come off the rope. And then the bull steps on him. Beautiful job by Bo Sheets. Watch Bo Sheets, one of our bullfighters here. This bull's going to get on top of him, but Bo and Dusty are right there to stand in the way. Great job of, oh man, ouch. That's going to leave a mark.
I hate to see that grimace as he walks out of the arena, but how about a round of applause for our bullfighters? Excellent job. Brady Portnier, Caldwell, Idaho. 6'1", 160, with a 30-year-old fan of the Boise State Broncos. He's got a bull that already claimed a world champion as a victim here at Rodeo Houston. Barfly of the Survey Championship Rodeo Company bucked off Stetson Wright just about a second longer than he wanted him to. All right, Brady, NFR qualifier.
Wow.
That didn't take long.
Andy, in my notes, when I noted that Stetson got bucked off this bull, I also noted the judges marked the bull 44.5. Folks, half the score comes from the bull on a scale of 1 to 50. The other half comes from the cowboy on a scale of 1 to 50. When you get a bull that's getting marked 44.5, that means you could be 90 or more points, which doesn't happen very often. And my heart breaks for Brady, but that was a handful of bovine.
Talking about 8 seconds. Oh, we talked, Tristan, I don't think we're going to have time to hear it. He says 8 seconds feels like 8 seconds. Tristan Hutchings, Mountain View, Idaho. Whoa, buddy. That's another rematch. He was 4.5 seconds on him the last time, Andy.
You're right, Bob. This bull bucked him off 2 years ago, but tonight he is changing his stars. 88 points for Hutchins.
That guy, all he does is get to the whistle. He's 2 for 2. He's ridden both of his bulls in this Super Series. Now let's go to Agundawindi, Australian cowboy, going to college for Western Texas College. This is Scott Wells. He's the number 6 ranked bull rider in the world. He won the finals at Tucson with an 88-point ride. He was 78 last night. So if he wants to keep up with the Hutchins, he at least needs to cover this bull. The bull is the bull's ridden 9 times, only 8 times by the right-handed guys, and he's right-handed. So this is a good sign for Scott Wells.
The bull doesn't care that he's right-handed. He said, get off my back. Now, bulls will do that. Horses will do too.
You know what else about this bull? His hide would make such a beautiful living room rug.
Boy.
Well, I'm serious. It's beautiful.
You're going to read this bull's feelings journal and feel really bad about that comment.
I don't think he can understand me, although I have been accused of being a bull whisperer.
Bull whisperer.
Yeah, cut the whisperer part out and add another word.
I'm going to go for the same thing and make sure it's in the front room. No.
Stop reading the captions.
You stay on those captions, people. I'm the senior member of this group, and I like captions.
No, let's go to where Roscoe right now. Let's go to Janie and Roscoe Jarbo.
We have Roscoe Jarbo back behind the buck and shoots. Roscoe, you were the very first guy out. You needed to get that ride tonight. How big of a relief is it to get it done?
Oh, it's awesome. Couldn't ask for a better crowd here, too, so thanks for you guys being here. It's making our job a little easier.
Well, and such a great ride, too. There was a moment where that bull tried to pull you down, but you kept your weight back. What was going through your mind for that adjustment?
Oh, Well, the first 2 jumps, we were going pretty straight, and I had a flashback of him last time we went straight, so I was glad that he turned back and got my hips down.
Get back to the bull ride.
This one's turning back too. Oh, this one turned back as well for 6.39 seconds. Scott Wells looked like he was going to cover this dude. Bull turns back to the left on a right-handed bull rider. Why 13 of the 15 guys who have ridden this bull have been right-handed. When the bull spins to the left, it's tough for me to figure that out. But again, a great save, this time by Nate Justice, along with Dusty Tuckness. The bullfighters remain fearless as we get a no score for Scott Wells.
I say we make some history, Bob. We got an NFR bull named Centerfold that was last ridden in August of 2024.
And he's got an 80% buck off, so that means that stick to the positive side, Andy.
He's got no horns.
Oh, Dusty Tuckness, watch this one. Tristan Mize got bucked off this bull.
They're the meanest. Well, the ones with no horns are the meanest bulls, I'm telling you.
There's 15 guys that he's bucked off, but Hawkwit, here comes the Thermopolis, Wyoming Cowboy, Montana Circuit Champion. Get your right foot down. Too late. Bullfighters, watch those guys. Watch them.
Is it just me, or does that bull kind of remind you of the old bull named Dogface? You know, just a butt-headed bull that gets up in the air and stays close to the chute, but no score.
Man, if Dusty Tuckness ever falls down in front of a muley again, he will dread the day we ever met one another. Let's go to Jake Gardner. We asked him to tell us about the bull you have tonight, Jake.
I got a good bull. He originally come from Canada, which is where I'm from, and I'm pretty excited. A bull called Ringland Road from Slim Wilson, and I'm pretty darn excited for him. He's a bucker.
Isn't that crazy? Guys want to get on bulls at buck.
Well, 4 out of the 5 guys that have ridden him had gold buckles. Stetson was 91.5, 89, and 88. Sage Kimsey was 87 on this bull. So there's only been one guy that didn't have a gold buckle that rode this one. Let's see if we can make it 2 with Jake Gardner.
Here is your Maple Leaf champion flying. Oh, Canada, not gonna make that work. Dang it. Boy, he does live in some mighty pretty country, guys. I've spent a lot of my life in Canada, coast to coast and border to border, and Fort St. John is beautiful.
You hear the sound of that, the whistle? Oh, that's funny. Preacher Man, it's the name of the bull. This is the bull that they won the entire rodeo on last year. The very last ride of the rodeo was on this bull by a man named Creek Young, who scored 87 points to win Rodeo Houston. Today, it is J.R. Stratford's turn to try to get it done. Come on, J.R., he's going back the other way.
No problem. He stuck him both ways, first to the left, back to the right. Look at that bull. He said, where'd that guy go? I want a piece of that guy. Kicked me in the belly. Woo! Folks, that's a hot rod they call the Preacher Man. That is riding bulls on a Monday night to the tune of 85 points. Nice job, JR. That'll put you in the number 4 winning spot of the money right now. Oh. That'd take my breath away just watching him, boy.
Yeah, they're going to tie for the win in round number 2. No doubt about that. Way to go, JR. Got a big check in night number 1 as well. So, bear down. How much bravery does it take to tie your body onto the back of 1,800 pounds? Fearless bucking bulls, but fearless bull riders and bullfighters. I still like that bull's hide. Up and down, down is up. Everything gets turned around in the bull riding, but that number 1 sign by Tristan, he knew he had done. You bet. Beat that chest cowboy. You earned it. 88 by Tristan Hutchins. 85 twice by Jarbo and Stratford.
Big money. We've got 5 in a row. 5,000. Tristan Hutchins, boys bragging on him. Jake Gardner, I'm proud of you. That was bull riding, and it's all been brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim.
Up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Mattress Firm.
Hey, hey, here we go. Selfie cam time. Folks, I want you to get your phones out. I'd like you to scan the QR code. You could be on the Raisin Cane's Selfie Cam team. Watch this. I know. Oh, there they are. They're already started. Hello to 3. John, you got your buddy. There you are, beautiful young people. Hi, Mom. Handsome boy you got there. Hi, Dad. Handsome daughter. Oh, we got the family shots tonight. There you go. That's better in a way. Got a long shot of the whole fam. Hello, pretty people. That's good. Oh, what a beautiful audience tonight. Y'all are having fun doing it. We thank you for playing. Gentlemen, they're in a suite. I want to say thank you to Raisin Cane's Chicken Fingers for making that happen.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world who come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the cowboys and cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now, Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of a legendary bucking horse named Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year runner-up back in 1989 and competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. Now meet her 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter, Blue Bonnet. She has followed in Hilda Blue's footsteps. This is a mother of 12 babies, and she has bucked at top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. They're loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them. And soon enough, the youngest member of Hilda Blue's bloodline will be setting records of her own. Say hello to Baby Blue. She was born right here at Rodeo Houston just a couple of weeks ago. Remember, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth. Why? Because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family too, and they represent both the legacy and the future of our rodeo. Hey, Texas, what do you say? Let's give all of our human and animal athletes a big round of applause. And thank you to Oxy. Thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction. So do that, will you? They have eyes, they have ears, they can see you, they can hear you, they can feel you. There you go. Well, we have still got a herd of horses out here.
Oh, you'll see it on the big screen. We've got a bunch of kids ready to muzzle up, catch a calf. Those white shirts are fixing to get dirty.
Oh, yeah!
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. Mason Clements is a Utah cowboy and a 4-time National Finals rodeo qualifier. He didn't grow up around rodeo, but he was drawn to their horses by their spirit. Mason and his wife, Brianna, have a 2-year-old daughter, Charlie. He says being a father is the best thing that's ever happened to him. Being a dad reminds him to smile more often and have more fun. Well, Mason, we want to unite you with your wife and daughter as much as possible with airfare from United Airlines. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations, Mason. You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by United Airlines.
Well, all right, it is time for a calf scramble, and it's sponsored by Transocean. Now, folks, tonight, we want you to keep an eye out for the first calf scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have a chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 23rd. Let's join Andy and Janie, your hosts on the arena floor. This ought to be Andy.
Yes, it's me, Bob. I'm down here on the arena floor. I appreciate that. Tonight we have 15 young men and 15 young ladies, all in 4-H and FFA, hoping to catch a calf. Now, Janie, I know you had a few extra moments to catch up with them. Tell us what you know.
Well, Andy, these kids, they're legends in the making. We have an awesome group coming up. We have some that are linebackers in football. We have rodeo kids that are also steer wrestlers, so that could come in handy. And we even have a couple of kids that want to go to the University of Texas, so hook 'em. Let's get this calf scramble started with Cannon Sprush,
Cody Burke,
Seth Lacey,
Tyler Hammond,
Delaney Williams,
Diana Reyes,
Reagan Franklin,
Sarah Lamont,
Mackenzie Folks,
Robert Taylor,
Emma Valenzuela,
Joseph Manzini,
Naomi Flores,
Caden Happ,
Adri Laird,
Christian Anderson,
Joshua Ellis,
Caleb Halleck,
Lily Boyd,
Georgie Wyatt,
Madison Connell,
Zayden Falcon,
Cody Biersdorfer,
Kaylin Brewer,
Carson Burrell,
Julian Lozano,
Rowan Jench,
Mason Stafford,
Peyton Colwell,
and Callie Ingram. Let's give it up for our calf scrambles on the number 14 scramble. Holy cow, we're in the final week already. So each and every time we have our calf scramble, we welcome two very special guests to make sure that everything goes the way it's supposed to. First, our calf scramble gate opener. Please welcome the general manager for football at the University of Texas. This is Brandon Harris. And our calf scramble starter, it is the head football coach at the University of Texas, Steve Sarkisian. Brandon will swing that gate open so that the calves can come up the lane formed by our calf scramble committee. The calves will make their way towards the box, and when Sark drops the hat, it lets all of our kids know that it's time to go catch one. Here come the calves. They're getting closer to the coach. The kids are lined up. Let's see if we can catch one for the 14th time in 2025.
And Andy, they are off. We've already got one caught. Some kids didn't even have to run that far to catch their calf. But it is a battle out there. These calves are quick, they're strong, they're big. But these kids are impressive and incredibly hard working. That's number 27 right there, Rowan Jench. He plays baseball. He's also a linebacker in football. We lost our calf, but he's going to catch up to one. Number 10 got a pretty good hold on a really tough calf that is jumping and just barely got away.
Gotta keep your head on a swivel. Once you catch that calf, then it's all about the positioning of the halter. Right now, we have one of our competitors with the halter in his mouth. Hold on, 26, that's Julian Lozano. He's getting a little love from the fans right there next to him, but he also has to make sure that he puts that halter on. Now he's got it. Oh boy, this could be close.
That's number 23, Cody Biersdorfer. This is his 4th ever calf scramble, his 2nd time here at Houston, and he is looking to catch that calf again. Number 10, Robert Taylor, we just saw him. He is so excited to be here. He says he's not sure how he ended up here, but he's happy to be here and ready to catch his calf. We got a halter on one. Number 27, he's got a hold of one, but we got to get that halter on. It is not easy.
All right, we've got some serious personality here with Julian. Julian, what were you saying to everybody there in the audience while you were holding on to this calf?
I said, let's go, baby, Texas hook 'em orange, come on. Hey, I told everybody I was gonna be first catch. If you ain't first, you're last. Come on.
I think that was made famous by Ricky Bobby. No, that was good. Perfect. We'll just end it right there. I don't know what you're going to say next.
I got it. You got to love that energy. We got a lot of kids out here. They're excited. They're focused. But boy, can you imagine catching your calf, being the very first one here in NRG Stadium. The crowd loved it. That's number 2, Cody Burt. He's got that halter on. He's about to cross the line. He's been 0 for 2 in his last calf scrambles. That ends today. We're going to catch one now.
I love the energy. I'm just not sure if we had a 3-second delay. Looks like number 2 is trying to cross the line. Cody Burt of Pearland FFA. Just a couple more steps to go. Let's help him out, Houston. Now it becomes official. Great job, Cody.
We got 2 calves really close together. We're over here right in front of the buck and chutes. We're getting those halters on. We've got these calves kind of settled down. Now we just got to get them up and across the line. And this is a tough event, and sometimes injuries can happen, but from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Rodeo Houston and Houston Methodist Sports Medicine are always standing by in case of any injuries to our competitors. And number 7 is about to cross the line injury-free. That is Reagan Franklin. She's a hard worker. She is one impressive ag kid.
I think her catch is official, but her calf is now running loose. Oh boy, we got all kinds of things happening. We are up close and personal with number 9, Mackenzie Folks of James Taylor FFA. Love that bow, but she now has to transfer the halter to the calf, and she is not letting go.
Yeah, you have to have a very resilient spirit. You don't want to give up in this event. That was Mackenzie Folks. She's wanted to do this for 4 years. Right there is number 1, Cannon Sprut. She plays baseball. This is his first calf scramble. So this is a big deal. Could you imagine being in this amazing setup for your very first one? And he's got that halter on. Now he's got to get into the box.
Nothing wrong with 1 for 1 as he is pulling from both ends now, headed towards the box. Oh, no!
Oh, hang on!
The halter is still on, and now he's got the lead rope back. What a recovery.
Wow, that was a tough thing to do, but like you said, the halter was on, we had the tail. Now we're regrouping.
Now that is number 9, Mackenzie Folks. She has been working diligently. She just ran into another calf. She's not quitting. Don't you quit on her, Houston.
And she's in a tough position right here underneath that calf, but we want to talk about how tough these kids are. And look at this. This is a good strategy. You haven't seen a lot of the kids trying to pull from both ends, but I can see it working. Don't want that halter to slip off.
No, you don't. He's got the lead rope. The halter is on. That's number 30, Callie Ingram of Panther Creek FFA.
She's on her varsity basketball team. She shows steers. Such well-rounded kids in this calf scramble.
Number 23, Cody Biersdorfer of Schulenburg FFA, followed by Cannon Brush. They are getting closer and closer to crossing that white line and making it an official catch. Because catching in the cab scramble is the beginning of a year-long journey for our Texas 4-H and FFA exhibitors.
Good job.
Once they catch a calf, they receive a purchase certificate to choose a steer or a heifer. And the rodeo has awarded $21 million in certificates and prizes to more than 24,000 students since it all started in 1942. Raising an animal teaches them life skills such as the responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record-keeping, decision-making, and communications as they keep in touch with their donors throughout the process. They'll also develop self-confidence and practical abilities needed to show their steer or heifer in front of a judge during a fall progress show, and then when they return to present their animal at the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. A big thank you to our calf scramble sponsor, Transocean. Stay where you're at. It's the Chuck Wagon Racing coming up soon.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them, especially our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor a United States Army Staff Sergeant. He joined the Army in 2017, has served for 8 years in numerous operational units. He served with the 1st Battalion, 10th Aviation Regiment, an attack helicopter battalion, as well as the 25th Infantry Division, an artillery division that provides fire support.
Ladies and gentlemen, during his operational tours, he was also deployed to Afghanistan. He is an aviation operations specialist, currently serving as a recruiter in the Houston Recruiting Battalion. This is Army Staff Sergeant Dazel Vereen. Join me in thanking him for his sacrifice to our country. Staff Sergeant Vereen, we salute you, and a thank you to Crown Royal for this special salute.
Let's take you inside the rodeo with our Axis Sounds of the Night.
Hey, Mom. I think he's too snug. Maybe a little gate, somebody. He needs to stand up. I'm gonna lose my necklace. Hi, honey.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Uh-huh. Come push her off my leg a little bit, please. Come on, step up, girlfriend. Thanks, buddy. I'm good. Yep, go ahead.
Good stuff. Axis Sounds of the Night. Well, up next, folks, is going to be our Chuck Wagon Racing, and here's the first heat is sponsored by Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. The announcers have divided into 3 teams, and we've been keeping track of who's been winning the races. And this is the leaderboard right now. Boyd and Luis are tied with Andy and Janie. Bob and Enrique are having a rough time of it. They're running out of races to win in order to catch up. But because you have done so poorly, we're going to let you go ahead. You and Enrique pick the first wagon.
Thank you very much. All right, Enrique, you picked tonight. I couldn't pick a fish.
Who are the wagons coming up first, Boyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, they're Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat.
All right, let's go with Mustang Cat. Bob, what do you say?
All right, yellow wagon.
All right.
Amarillo.
I'm going next because we had to tie with you two to get even yesterday. So I'm going with Chevron because I like to win. Thank you, Luis. You'll be happy I picked Chevron.
That's fine.
Yes, sir, you did. It's a winner.
We'll take our shopping cart from Kroger, and we'll beat you with it.
Bet you don't. All right, they figure 8 the barrels, and it's 2 laps around the arena. The first horse's nose to touch the white line on the second lap is the winning wagon. We are off and racing.
Did you see that Mustang Cat wagon off the barrels? I mean, he's on fire, Enrique. He's on fire.
Vamos amarillo.
Well, look out. Kroger is in the middle, and we are ready to meet the mark. Cover your nachos.
What? Who's in the lead?
Here comes Kroger on the inside as we make that turn. We're
Who's
gaining
in the
speed.
lead?
Here we
Look
come.
out for the wobbly wheel of the shopping
Easy win.
cart.
Here we come. No.
Chevron!
Oh, yes!
What happened?
Way to go, Boyd. Way to go.
Chevron. You hear me? You see me? All right.
One barrel down, 5-second penalty.
What happened
though, right?
was Boyd and Luis took a real quick lead. We got up like 6 races in front of everybody. So then we had to pick last. So we were being left with wagons we didn't choose, just wagons they left us. But once we got back to the place where we could choose our wagons, we ended up winning again. So take that. Thank you to Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. Let's go to our next heat. This one is Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STS Beef. Okay, Bob, Enrique, pick another loser.
Okay, we should let them pick, but that ain't the way the game's played.
No, you got to pick first, so we'll go quickly before they start the
All
race.
right, Baylor Medicine. We need a little shot in the bud.
Okay, so you and Enrique are going with Baylor.
All right, we're going with Ford. And Janie, if you can, get a pacifier for Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd, you better calm
what?
down. We're coming up. That barrel just jumped out of nowhere in the last race. Ford is coming for you guys. Here we go.
So I've got Baylor I've got
You're STX.
Oh, I'm STX. Oh, I see how my friends roll. That's all right, Luis. We're going to beat them with their own wagon. They're going to leave us with STX beast, and we're going to whoop them with our own wagon.
Yeah, because
last
STX
night.
won yesterday, remember? Controversy.
All right, go ahead, Luis. You call this race.
Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, please give us the loudest cheer you've ever given. 1, 2, 3. Damas y caballeros, los caballos, máxima velocidad, ni están tocando el piso. I don't think their hooves are touching the ground. Somebody, please scream!
Oh, Baylor hit a barrel. That's illegal.
No, it is not. Your wagon interfered with ours tonight already.
Oh, wait, you can't leave that barrel at the finish line. Come on.
Well, Baylor is on the wall.
Come on, Baylor. Come on, Baylor.
Come on.
Come on, Baylor. Come on, Baylor. Baylor.
Yes!
Baylor.
STX.
STX.
Oh, we got to see that. We got to see that photo
I
finish.
think it was Baylor.
STX.
I want a photo
Studio,
finish.
studio, if you could be kind enough to show us the finish line, please. I have doubters among me. All right, first horse's nose to cross the finish line.
Baylor.
is
Baylor Medicine. Yes, sir.
Baylor Medicine.
We're happy for you, Bob. We really are.
Trying to rob us again.
It's still a horse race.
That's all right. A blind squirrel can find an acorn when he's hungry enough. We did it. We did it.
That's right.
There's your scoreboard, Boyd and Luis. Yes, I know, 11. Andy and Janie are doing good at 7. Enrique, we're coming on.
Andy, Andy, it may be a horse race, but we're running against Shetland ponies. We're supposed to be defeating Shetland ponies.
Well, Shetlands are usually more well-liked than big, ugly thoroughbreds.
Whoa, strong words. Them are fighting words, Andy.
Come on, boy. Come on.
So are you doing an analogy there? Oh, we know you love it. And it's not next, but it'll be here real fast. Mutton busted when we return.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is a word from our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
All right, we've never needed you more than we do right now, because here's what's going on. We're going to show you 3 hard luck moments that happened at previous rodeo performances, and then you're going to use your hands and your voices to vote on how hard luck the moment was. But here's the thing, folks. We're trying to get above 100. And I know you're not Go Tejano Day like yesterday. You're not Saturday. You're a Monday night. But I've heard you cheer tonight, and I believe you can get us to 100. So when you see a wreck that you like, don't hold back. We got to get there. Let's get things started, Bobby T, with the bull rider.
All right, Maverick Smith had a good idea and a good start, but watch his legs. There are sharp spurs on the end of that, and then he spurs Dusty Douglas right in the ankle. Folks, he's going to take a whipping. The G-force is going to throw him out of there, and then the bullfighter takes a hooking. What do you say for Maverick? Come on!
'93. That's not bad. You're just going to have to try a little harder to get a little louder. Here's a California bareback rider and a world champion. When I say he gets turned upside down, I say he shows the world his butt. Watch this. He's hanging on the side. Holy Annie Oakley. I can't get back in the middle. There is my rump, and everybody can see it. Help him out, folks. That's hard luck.
All right, here comes the 100-point look. Have you ever broke your neck? Have you ever broke your neck? Watch Scott. Whoa, whoa, over the top. Drills him and folds him. Folks, it took a chiropractor 2.5 hours just to get him to sit up. Today, he's lucky to be walking. Have you ever broke your neck? Let's make his neck feel better.
100. For the record, he didn't break his neck, but we will say anything to get you to 100, okay? So thank you for the 100. The Cowboy is okay. He'll be riding again tomorrow, no doubt.
During our last rodeo performance on Championship Sunday, we'll show you our top roughest rides. And the winner that night will be crowned this year's hard luck moment.
Well, here we are, folks. That time of the night where you get to watch the young'uns do what young'uns do. It's time for the Mutton Bustin', brought to you by HEB. So let's go down to our young'uns, Katie, or Jamie, and Andy. Hi, you two.
We're here to tickle your fun bone. That's right, it's mutton busting time. We have fun down here.
It is the most fun event of all time, the Mutton Bustin' here at Rodeo Houston. It's been a blast. These kids are amazing.
Let's do some more. Here we go with Eloise Yates of Covington, Louisiana. She wants to be a painter someday. Well, let's see if you can give us a pretty picture of mutton busting. Eloise?
Well, the Mutton Bustin' is also her favorite event, so this should suit her just about perfectly. That sheep's getting set, and we're off. We got a good start. The pink pants, the pink boots, and the great ride. Wow! Andy, I don't think we could have started this off any better. We're still riding that sheep.
She's going to try to ride it all the way to the Woodlands. Here is Raylan Wynn of Jersey Village, Texas. Raylan loves the big slides and wants to be a math teacher.
Smart kid. And a great pink shirt, also a good ride. These cowgirls are really showing up tonight in the Mutton Bustin'. Let's hear it for her.
Great start. Benjamin Sergo, 5 years old from Houston, likes popcorn and cotton candy. All right, Benjamin, show us what you got.
Wants to be a police officer when he grows up. How cool is that?
Belleville's Seth Tamborello. 6-year-old Seth loves team roping and wants to be a construction worker. Seth, hold on to the fistful of wool.
And we're building a great ride. Good job.
Connor Van Branken, 6-year-old Houstonian, wants to be a doctor and loves seeing the horses whenever he comes to the show.
Favorite event is bull riding. Mutton Bustin' is the first step. Good ride right there.
Now it's Barton Weaver. Barton, 5 years of age, loves bull riding and wants to grow up to be a rancher.
I love that. Barton Weaver, what a great cowboy name. Sheep's giving him a little bit of trouble in the chute, but he's not losing his cool and his stumble, but it didn't faze him. Another great ride right there. Good job.
Mateo Luna of Houston, Texas, likes carnival rides and games. 6-year-old Mateo jumping out.
Wants to be a cowboy, and I love that. Look at those cool cowhide boots that he's got on.
Okay, this is too cute. 6-year-old Scout Malcar wants to grow up to be a financial advisor and loves baby bunnies.
I do love that. You want to be a financial advisor? I told you, we got a smart group of kids. They're great sheep riders and they're smart.
Okay, Scout, if you want to be a financial advisor, then let's count your baby bunnies.
And cool boots as well. Good job.
Drive over to the east and find Winnie, Texas, and Wade Medina. Wade loves French fries, bull riding, wants to be a bull rider, and his favorite animal's a bull.
We love the bulls and the sheep. Good ride. We lost both shoes, but we still made it work. Waving to the fans.
Yeah, we'll put those shoes right back on, Wade. It's all good. Theodore Wynn of League City, Texas, 6-year-old Theodore.
Wants to be an archaeologist. Look at this ride. He's hanging on the left side all the way to the end of the flock. Good job.
Theodore went all the way to the flock. Nicholas Ochoa of Crosby, Texas. Nicholas loves concerts and baby pigs.
Who doesn't love those piglets? But we're making a good ride here. He's hanging off the side, tucks and rolls. Good job.
If you're hanging out for corn dog night, then Alexandros Lamnatos of Houston, Texas, loves a good corn dog. 5-year-old loves bull riding.
Likes the bulls, but the big bulls, and look at him right in the middle. What a fantastic ride. We're still hanging off the side. And the bullfighters have to pick him up, throw him in the air. Good job, cowboy.
Mac Weaver of Houston, Texas, 6-year-old Mac, likes eating turkey legs and wants to be an artist. Okay, Mac. Mount up.
Get a good
Show
hold.
us how it goes.
Let's go. Here we are. Hung off the left, got stepped on, but we're up. We're feeling good. Happy to be here in Houston. Good ride. Wave for your fans.
Stetson Dockery of Spring, Texas. Stetson loves saddle bronc riding, likes eating corn dogs, and wants to be a cowboy.
Well, this is what cowboys do. They make great rides like that. Good job.
Final mutton buster to go from the Woodlands. John Paul Stewart, 5-year-old who loves eating pretzels and wants to grow up to be a football player.
And we're getting set here, getting a good hold of this sheep. There's a lot of strategy to it, and he's got it down. Woo, and a little flip on the ground, but we're up and feeling good. Way to go.
Way to finish it off, John Paul. When you look at this great group of mutton busters, each and every one of them gonna get a medal for being here tonight. That back number, of course, it's custom made. It's got their name on it, and it will create a memory that will last a lifetime. But you know, each and every time we do this, we have one that maybe rode a little bit farther, did it a little bit better, and that champion gets a special prize and a chat with our own J.D. Johnson.
Alexandra Lemnatos is going to be our winner tonight in the Mutton Bustin'. But first things first, I see this ribbon you have on here. You rode in the grand entry and you won the Mutton Bustin'. How much fun have you had today at Rodeo Houston?
Good. Good.
I love to hear that. And hey, you rode a really big sheep. Give me a number. How many pounds do you think that sheep weighed?
4.
4 whole pounds? Wow. And you made an awesome ride. How did you train for the Mutton Bustin'?
I don't know.
You're just really great at your job. Congratulations on your win. You're going to get this beautiful buckle right here presented by HEB and Ashley Rivas. Let's hear it for our champion in the Mutton Bustin'.
And thank you to our sponsor, HEB. They brought you the Mutton Bustin'.